We are learning more this morning about the popular genetic testing company 23andMe, and it's filing for bankruptcy. The company has collected millions of genetic samples from customers who are wondering now what will happen to their personal information and DNA. NBC's Brian Cheung joins us now to answer some of those questions. So how about it? If they're bankrupt, what happens to your data?
Yeah, and by the way, bankruptcy means that there could be another buyer, in which case someone else might have the keys to your very sensitive personal information, your genetic history, any sort of health conditions that you might be genetically predisposed to. In addition, just the samples of the actual saliva itself. So ways that you can get around this. First off, check in to see anything that you've opted into. So there are these settings where you may have opted into allowing 23andMe to use your information for research. These opt-ins to actually have them physically store your samples. Make sure that those are toggled off in your settings. But if you just don't want to deal with any of this and you have a lot of concerns, go into your settings, click 23andMe data. There's a section that says delete your data. And this is very important. Even after you click that, it's not done. You have to go back into your email and then in your email confirm you want to delete your data. And then at that point, you will not be able to have any of your 23andMe data on that site. It should be all good from there.
So it goes away into the ether.
Is there any, I mean, you could say you've deleted it, but can they keep it?
Yeah, so here's the thing, is that 23andMe describes it as permanently deleting your data. But when you look through the privacy policy, they say that federal laws require them to keep on certain types of information like your date of birth, your sex, and in some cases, some genetic information as well. It's kind of a sobering reminder of the rights that you waive when you sign up for these services. Yeah. But in theory, the reports themselves, you know, that history of, oh, you're 50% this, you're 25%, like those reports will be gone and permanently deleted, but they can still hold on to some data even after you click deleted.
Really quickly, though, I mean, a couple of years ago, 23andMe, all the rage. That's all anyone was talking about. What happened to the company? Yeah, I mean, it was a cultural icon. I mean, this was a company that obviously made its name off of that genetic history. You can find out and trace your lineage by just, you know, basically spitting into a cup. But then what they tried to do is they tried to bridge into another business line, which was health and also meds. They teamed up with a big pharmaceutical company to try to recommend drugs that could address certain type of genetic conditions or diseases that you might have. That bet didn't work out. That's why they're filing for bankruptcy. They're not going to be closing up shop. You can still buy kits right now. But again, the idea here is they might have another owner. Remember, just 2 years ago, they had a data breach that compromised the information of up to 7 million people. That was something that, again, has people thinking about the privacy aspect of this, especially under the specter of another company perhaps having the keys to your data.
Okay. Brian, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.